I cannot wait to start serving this wonderful community moving forward as a city councilwoman for District 6. Woo! Woo! There are important issues that absolutely need to be addressed and have been ignored for too long. And it's my promise to get them brought up and work on resolutions. First of all, I want to thank all the people who helped me get here, and I may be crying to you later that we got this far. First of all, and I think Stephen's left, but I want to thank Stephen Diggs who reached out to me last September and asked if I had any interest in running for city council. I thought he was crazy. And after he asked again, and then the boys decided that that was what I needed to do, this is what we decided to do. Next, I'd like to thank Dave Dean, my campaign manager, who was willing to meet with me and my family because we were completely clueless, and he was the one that was kind enough to give us some direction. He has done many campaigns successfully before, and I was very fortunate that he was willing to take me on. I need to thank Mike Norris for having some faith in me. He's a local businessman who's very smart. And he met with me several times to make sure that I would be city council worthy. And if it weren't for him taking an interest in me and putting me in touch with Dave and the right people, there's no way this would happen. Then Jeff Binford, my treasurer, who's not here sadly, I wish he was, who helped do the paperwork part of it and gave me some good suggestions. He's been on other campaigns as well. So I was the rookie and they were the veteran, and that helped. And then, of course, Mike Grover. Where are you? Yes. Who did my media and my advertising and came up with our awesome logo. I would love to have done it in all colors, but it gets more expensive, so we had to cheat and do just one color signs. And my website and all the other things that he did for us as a favor, as being a friend, and not having any other knowledge or any way to have done it. We couldn't have done that without you. And then Chandler Gray, who's not here, who's supporting District 5. She lives in District 5, but I tell you, this woman, I don't know. She apparently goes to our church, and I have never met her. She took an interest in me when nobody had even talked to her or anything, and she really made a huge difference. There was all kinds of information and people she put me in contact with that really seemed to help, and she's very smart, pays a lot of attention to politics, doesn't get involved in them herself, but you know, it was really important. And then, of course, my family that I have to thank. Dan for doing all the grocery shopping, the cooking, and taking care of everything at home. And to Brian, who has walked every street and knocked on every door with me and without me. 90 for 3 months, every weekend, Saturday and Sundays. He's given up at his young age and totally devoted himself, and I'm really proud of him. John and Eric for attending city council meetings with me. For being very informed on what's going on in the city. Y'all better look out. I'm telling you. They've got big plans. And they each had their own little niche. Eric was great at meet and greets and introducing me to people. He's definitely a people person. And John's got some of the computer skills and the background knowledge and is really good with the government and politics. Pretty smart. So basically they really did it all. They've told me if I don't do a good job, they will either recall me or they will run against me. So they're going to hold my feet to the fire. But I have to thank everybody, all of our friends that we bothered and begged and asked to please talk to people that you knew. Joey for driving us on weekends so that I wouldn't have to move the car every few feet. Rain's given up several weekends to help us out so we could split up on streets because we found out really fast that there's just a lot of streets in District 6. And we found out how bad they all are. So that's one of the big things is looking at our streets. But now I guess it's time to, shut up and get to work. I guess that's now the real work begins. And so everybody in this room means an awful lot to me. We made some new friends and some new supporters and have some good information. So you really do get something by knocking on doors and meeting people, honestly. And they're the ones that are involved, and that's the reason I want to do this. I want to give you a voice and be your neighbor. You have my contact information, and I encourage anybody to reach out and let me know because I will listen. And thank you all very much, and let's hope that the numbers stay the way they are.